evolved to eat grass, then why do we feed them grain?
We're here at the Beef Cattle Teaching and Research Center at Michigan State. Sammy, take it away.
We're here to discuss this wicked problem and find out how the different diets for cattle affects the environment, as well as the nutrition and quality of the meat that's produced. Go.
The cattle here are primarily fed grain, which means that they are ready faster and they're able to be put on the market and be sold easily.
The beef industry has developed efficient practices for producing grain-fed beef, which has increased customer satisfaction by lowering prices and improving the taste of the meat. A study done by J. Reagan and colleagues compared the meat produced by two groups of beef cattle, those that were fed a grass-only diet and those that were fed a diet of a grass-grain combination. The meat from the grain-fed beef had a slightly higher rating for flavor and overall meat quality than the grass-fed beef. This is because the grain-fed beef has more marbling throughout the meat, which is a highly desirable characteristic. Also, generally, this grain-fed diet is fed by larger operations and is more labor-intensive. Jason Roundtree, an assistant professor of animal science at Michigan State University, says that cows consume most energy when they eat grass. When grain isn't properly managed with fiber, corn doesn't always harm cattle.
When comparing grain-fed cattle to grass-fed cattle is the healthier choice. The meat is leaner and it's higher in omega-3 fatty acids. A grass-fed cattle system would increase the amount of land needed to raise cattle, but it would also reduce the land and energy required to produce grains. If all of the grain currently fed to livestock in the U.S. were consumed directly by people, nearly 800 million people could be fed, and the U.S. trade balance would be increased by $80 billion per year. Environmentalists argue that grass provides cows with their natural diet because that is what they evolved to eat. Their meat contains more nutrition because cattle on pasture get to use their muscles and therefore burn off the fat that normal grain-fed cattle can't do.
According to Cooking Light, the average American eats 67 pounds of beef per year. Switching from grain-fed to grass-fed would see each person 16,642 calories a year.
When I go to cross that river, she's comfort by my side. When I try to understand, she just opens up her hands.